Good morning, everybody. Mike Vacchi, Princetontrader.com, here with your Tuesday market webcast. Okay, you can see that 9-day held. They pushed it down overnight yesterday, held the 9-day, held weekly pivot. They pushed it higher over the course of the day. They pushed it higher last night into this morning, and now we are right rubbing up potentially on this upper Bollinger Band. And the reality is, if you zoom out, it's been a consolidation. I mean, we had the big move down, the move back up, and then just kind of a slow bleed into a consolidation. So don't think these bands can't expand. And if the bands do expand and the ultimate moves to the upside, this 33.97 half doesn't have a chance. Now, I'm not saying that's where we're going. I'm saying that if the Bollinger Bands expand to the upside, that's where you go. I think 3,300 is certainly on the table this week, unless you see the bears convert key areas and keep them converted on a multi-day basis. It's the same song I've been singing since March. And I will continue to sing that song because it's the right song. Until the bears can convert areas that matter. And pick one. I don't care which one. Weekly pivot, 9-day, daily mid-band, whatever. It doesn't really matter because they can't convert any of them on a closing basis and then hold that level as converted on a multi-day basis. Until that happens, you get this. You get the bleed up. You can be short in spots and you can do well, but you have to understand that your counter trend, take your profits where you find them, and take advantage of a tape that really wants to go up. We didn't trade much yesterday. We did about 4 or 5 trades, and we just rode. We were short off the open, and then right into that low window, that dip buy area in the morning, right around 32.8 through 32.09. What the bears had to do in that moment was they had to convert volume weighted average price. VWAP is at about 32.08. Touched it a couple of times, couldn't get through. And you know what? At that point, you have to say to yourself, okay, look, bears, you suck. Prove to me that you don't. And that's where, we exited the shorts, we got into longs, and then we rode that and laddered up later in the afternoon. Little lunch chop, but it ends up being a really good day. And it's a day where you don't trade much, you don't fight price, but you call, you just call the bears the bears. You can't get through VWAP. It's 10 whatever in the morning. We've seen this movie before. It all ends the same way. The bear dies. And, that you have to force the shorts to prove to you that they can convert a key area when you reach inflection points like that. And you know what? If they do, that's great. You short it against 09 because you're going down a hell of a lot farther than a couple of handles so they can do that. So, that's the mentality. And then you look up and you're trading 32.73. We didn't trade last night. They've been doing stuff at 1:33 o'clock in the morning again. I'm not up for that. But what you're seeing is a lot of people fighting price and a market that can't convert any levels to resistance, and therefore it just continues to drip and bleed to the upside as weak shorts get squeezed, and they just kind of rinse and repeat that move again and again and again. Don't be part of the squeeze. You do the squeezing. Don't get squeezed. You squeeze them. And that doesn't mean you can never be short. You can't. We tried in a couple spots yesterday. One was good, and the other one just really couldn't get going. And if it can't get going, then you just got to say, okay, don't get stubborn. Don't add. Don't turn a 5-minute short trade into a multi-day swing position because you're stubborn and you don't think the market can go up anymore. That's the opposite of smart. Don't be the opposite of smart. But I guarantee you, with this price action, there's a lot of people out there that's exactly what they did yesterday. They got short off the open. It went against them, 10:30, 11 o'clock, and they spent the rest of the day throwing contracts at it. And they were waking up this morning and they're not happy with what they're looking at. Don't be them. All right, so off the open today, what do we got? You got the 5-minute mid-band, and you've got the proprietary moving average sitting at 68.69. VWAP's down at 60.5. Your hourly mid-band's down at 52.5. VWAP probably needs to look off the open. If they can't get that done, then it's that slow B up into around that 3,300 area. But I'm going into this open with no expectations at all. They've really been walking it up overnight, and we'll see what it wants to do. If it finds a foothold at 60.5, if it finds a foothold at 64, then you have potential support there. If it can't, if it consistently can't deal with 73 on the upside, well, then that's a different trade. But just go with the flow, assume nothing, and don't fight price. All right. Everybody have a great day. Be safe, be healthy, take care, trade them well. Talk to you tomorrow. Follow us over on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Princetontrader. Check us out on Facebook and join us for a free trial at www.princetontrader.com. Trade them well.